So for my raised panel, I'm using 1/2 inch MDF. And I'm using this because it's super stable, and when you cut into it, you're going to slice here for your raised panel, and if you use plywood, you'll see the plies in the finish. So MDF is paintable and stable. So I'm making these doors with a raised panel to match the size of my cabinet. And unlike some doors today, the raised panel is actually very shallow. It's probably only like a 1/16 of an inch rise. So I'm not going to make a super deep cut. And accounting for what goes into the style of the door, this is about 2 inches. So I raised the blade on my saw to 2 inches and only gave it a 5-degree tilt. So in order to make cutting these raised panels as safe as possible, I recommend building a jig like this. It's basically out of scrap I had around the shop. This is about a 12-inch tall piece of 3/4 inch MDF. And then from the leftover piece of that, an L and a piece of plywood, all screwed together, that nestle onto your fence with a fairly tight fit. Because you don't want this to move, you want the panel to move across it. So when you're drilling these holes, make sure you countersink them so they don't hit your piece. And then, if you want to be super safe with the panel you're cutting, you can attach a spare piece up here with a clamp and then run this along the top of your fence. I'm going to set this up for the cuts and show you what it looks like. So my original estimates on the table saw were right, and here's the finished panel. All 4 sides cut. I'm not going to show. Gluing these together is just going to entail putting some glue on your tongue and your shoulder. You're not going to want to put any glue in your groove because you want this panel to float freely. Once both diagonals of the doors are equal measurements, you'll know the door is square.